What's up, Will Reacts fam and fellow warriors and weirdos? Yes, I'm considering myself a warrior and weirdo now. I am just falling deep down the rabbit hole of Aurora and falling more and more in love with her music. So I'm really enjoying these Aurora reactions. This is part 3 in a series of reactions I'm doing to her documentary, recommended by a fan with a tipped request. I really appreciate it. Thank you again. This has really been enjoyable so far. So if you want to watch this in order and you haven't seen part 1 or part 2 yet, I encourage you to go check those out. They are up. Hopefully nothing got taken down, but we'll see. I got a coffee refill and I am ready to strap in for part 3. We're gonna pick up where we left off. We were just learning about Aurora's childhood and part 2 a little bit more, some of the bullying she faced. But she said overall she had a great childhood and a lot of these things inspired her music. She was very different from a young age and recognized it. And it seems like she looked at it in a positive light, and her parents and the environment she was in was very nurturing in that way. So it's making listening to all of her music much more interesting, knowing these little details and things about her. I hope I'm not talking too much in these reactions. I do try and add value and share my thoughts and opinions where I can. It seems silly to just upload a video of me sitting still, just watching, and all you guys are seeing is my facial expressions. So I try and talk here and there and share genuinely what my thoughts and feelings are in the moment. And I don't want to just be one of those reactors that essentially just reuse this content to gain from it. I'm genuinely looking for value and things I can learn from in these reactions. So I hope that makes sense. And with that said, let's jump into part 3. We'll pick up where we left off, which was... Oh, I skipped a little too far ahead. Here we go.
Det som skal skje nå, det har å gjøre på en måte med litt ditt barnslige jeg. Og nå skal jeg ta deg med til et sted hvor du kan lage din egen fantasiverden. Så bli min.
Hallo, hallo.
Hei.
Jeg tenkte at vi skulle gå opp på toppen av Media City og prøve noen greier.
Ja.
Det er bare å følge etter meg.
Hvis det er sånn spill rett på øynene,
Ja.
det får jeg migreneanfall av.
Gjør du?
Det er de jeg får migrene ut av.
VR-briller?
Ja,
Gjør du det?
ja. Så
Nei.
jeg kan ikke bruke de.
Ok, men da må vi droppe det, altså.
Nei,
Nei, men det... Men det...
får jeg ikke lagd en fantasiverden da? Jeg elsker jo dataspill og sånne ting.
Ja, ja, ja.
Det er kjempegøy, så det her er jo min drøm. Jeg har veldig lyst til å prøve da. Kanskje vi bare...
Ja, nei, altså,
Gjør det?
fordi det vi hadde først tenkt å gjøre var berg-og-dal-bane, men det tror jeg blir litt ekstremt.
Jeg vil ikke gå glipp av et liv uten dette. Men hvis jeg tar jo aldri smertestillende, så de funker kjempebra på meg.
Kan du merke at du blir svimmel, og så kan du slutte?
Ja, jeg merker det litt. Jeg kan merke det på forhånd. Har noen en smertestillende? Altså, det kommer til å gå helt fint. Jeg bare tar en smertestillende.
Ikke føl at du må gjøre det,
Nei,
hvis du skjønner.
nei, jeg har veldig lyst
Ja, ok.
til å ta begge damer.
Jeg er veldig opptatt av å si sånn at du må ikke føle at du blir tvunget.
Spennende.
Det her er en sånn jungel...
Hopefully she doesn't get a migraine. That's awful. It's an awful feeling if you've ever had one.
Kjempekult. Får dere sug også? Eller er det bare jeg?
Vi får ikke så mye sug.
Hvis jeg spyr, kan jeg spy der?
Ja, da henter vi en bøtte.
Jeg er litt svimmel, og jeg blir litt kvalm, men det går fint. Jeg gikk gjennom bakken. Shit. Wow, dette er kjempekult. Nei, jeg må ikke stoppe her.
Den der fremme.
Oh my god.
Hvordan går det?
Det var kjempegøy.
Og nå det tid for at du skal skape din ultimate fantasiverden.
Ok,
Så vi bare begynne å tegne i 3D.
se. Så rart.
Oh, this is cool. If you don't know what I do for work, I'm a software developer and a simulation modeler. So I'm not going to say who I work for, but we build simulation models, sometimes in 3D, replicating a real world environment. And then in doing that, we can replicate real world environments for different businesses and clients and test different scenarios against it instead of testing them in real life, which is much more expensive and costly. So this is kind of what I do. I build things in 3D and I'm replicating I get to build not necessarily fantasy worlds. We're typically trying to replicate something in real life so we can test different things against it and improve processes and things of that nature. But this is really cool. I love this kind of stuff. And VR is actually something I haven't really messed with much. I do play video games occasionally, but I haven't done much VR myself. But it's really interesting. I didn't know that there was stuff like this out there for VR where you can draw and make art and stuff like that. That is really appealing to me. I would love to try this, but this is really cool.
Dette her var kjempegøy.
I can't remember much more, but I
Hei,
know
Pebbles. Ja, det er mør overalt. Dette her er det beste.
That's so cool.
Oi, jeg glemte at dere var her.
Yeah, smack her hand into the
Kanskje?
table.
Ja, du kan se. Jeg fikk ikke noe til hodet da.
Gjorde du ikke?
Nei,
Wow.
det er gøy å gå inn i det.
Ja.
Oh, that's cool. And they can see on the TV what they're building.
Nå tenker jeg å ta deg med videre fra en verden til en helt annen.
Nå?
Ja.
Hæ?
Ja.
Ja. Den var ikke her i sted. Det er en lampe. En rar lampe. Han funker ikke. Han har ikke lys.
Kanskje du skal prøve å snu litt på den?
Oh, wow.
Er det meg? Inni en skog.
I wonder if her
Dette er min
friend
favoritttype skog. som
who's
er
taking her on this little impromptu tour is the one making all these little miniature art pieces. There was the one in the van that we saw in part 1, and now this one. They're themed and styled towards Aurora, so I'm curious if they like contracted an artist to make these or if her friend makes these.
på bakken. Jeg er veldig glad på hennes vegne. Hun som kan være inni der. Og det kan være hun synger, det kan være hun danser. Sannsynligvis nok begge deler.
Vi kan jo kjøre og se om vi finner noe som ligner.
Oh, that's cool. They like
Grunnen til at jeg elsker Aurora, det er også fordi
made the
Synger
miniature
realisering,
scene
liksom.
ahead of
Kommer
time
ut,
based on where they're going to take her
ja, det er
now.
sånn opplevelse du ikke kan beskrive.
Hun treffer veldig mange med teksten sin.
Fordi at hennes sanger er veldig sterke, og det har mye power i seg.
Det er et utløp for mange følelser. I en hverdag som er kanskje ganske hektisk, så er det godt å finne fram til den frustrasjonen eller gleden eller sorgen som man finner i musikken til Aurora.
Og det at personligheten hennes bare skinner igjennom, det er veldig kult.
Det er absolutt helt magisk å høre på musikken hennes.
Åh, lukter det gress?
Herregud, det lukter digg.
Ja, ja, du kan lukte. Så her er klosterruinene.
Ja.
Her har vært mye i min barndom. Det var morsomt om vi skulle inn her. Nei. Skal vi inn her? Nei!
Jo.
Er det sant?
Yes.
Jeg ser en lampe der.
This is cool.
Vi skal jo åpenbart inn her. Åh. Oi. Se på det. Åh, se på trærne da, se hvor vakre de er.
Nå skal vi hoppe over en liten elv.
Det er masse folk her. Hvem er de? Åh, det er mange.
Wow, that's so cool. This would be such a cool place to see Aurora. I've said it before, everyone in the comments keeps using the word otherworldly to describe Aurora, and it's such a perfect word to describe her. But to see her in a setting like this is also otherworldly, so it's just like a perfect environment for her. And she alluded to in part 1 her inspiration coming from nature and being very involved in nature growing up, so I imagine this is just a really cool and inspiring place for her to perform and be just totally herself and free. That's awesome.
Hold your hands on to your chest and tell me what you find. Out of you, a sparrow comes and sees without its eyes. Don't forget who you are, even though you're hurt. You are caught in wire and soon it will burst. You can cry, drinking your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild? I am a shadow, I am cold, and now I seek for warmth. Stitch your skin onto my skin, and we won't be alone. Don't forget who you are, even though you're in need. Like a bird at night, your emotions deserve to be free. You can cry, drinking your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild? You can cry, drinking your eyes.
Wow. She's doing that thing again that I commented in her performance of Warrior earlier in the documentary. She takes one word and she sings it in a unique melodic way to create a hook with just one word. She's just saying your eyes, but she's going your eyes. And it's just such a simple way to make one word. It's simple, but I said it earlier, it's profound at the same time because not many people do that. It's just really interesting how she uses one word to create a hook. Like that's the catchy part that sticks in your ear. But what I wanted to say too is that this is definitely the most like poppy sounding song I've seen from her in all the reactions I've done. So it's interesting seeing this side. I would have to say for me, pop is probably my least favorite genre of all music. It used to be country, but country has since started to grow on me, especially authentic country, not like pop country. Pop is probably my least favorite genre. And that's not to say that I'm not enjoying this song, but this one isn't connecting for me as much as some of her other ones were, especially the one earlier, the performance of Warrior that we watched in part 2. I think that was the end of part 1. That the stripped back, more singer-songwriter style, or the more like intimate and epic cathedral performance that I reacted to from her. I'm not sure if that video is out yet or not, but I recorded a reaction to her performing in a cathedral. I can't remember if I posted that one. I've done so many reactions, I can't keep track of it. But I'm enjoying this. It's just cool to see this side of her, even though for me this one isn't hitting the same as the other ones. But I enjoy the message of the song and the lyrics. That is still resonating with me.
Like a bird at night, your emotions deserve to be free. You can cry, drink your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild? You can cry, drink your eyes. I don't miss the sadness when it's gone, and the feeling of it makes me smile. As I let the river run wild. You can cry, you can cry, you can cry. To where the ocean is big, become a part of the river. You can cry, you can cry, you can cry. Can you let the river run wild? You can cry, drink your eyes. Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild? You can cry, drink your eyes. I don't miss the sadness when it's gone, and the feeling of it makes me smile. As I let the river run wild. You can cry, drink your eyes.
I love that.
Do you miss the sadness when it's gone? Can you let the river run wild? Can you let the river run wild?
Yeah, definitely the most poppy performance I've seen from her, but it's not too bad. It's like it's kind of like almost borderline indie genre-wise. But the one thing I will say is, even though I would consider this more of a pop song, unlike a lot of pop songs, it doesn't lack depth. It's not just like meaningless, like a lot of pop music can be, where stuff is just repeated over and over again and there's very little message in the song. There's a clear theme and message that she's trying to get across in the song, and it comes through well. So still enjoyed this one. I don't mean any offense by saying that it's my, connected with me the least out of all her songs so far. I still really enjoyed this.
Velkommen hit i skogen til konsert med hun dere setter aller mest pris på, Aurora. Foran deg står foreldrene dine, bandet ditt og fansen din. Hva tenker du?
hallo. Oi, herregud, så rart. Jeg trodde ikke vi skulle hit. Hvor lenge har dere stått her?
They've just been living in the forest for weeks, waiting for Aurora.
Hei. Det var veldig magisk.
Så bra. Låner den imens, Dere, vi er her for å feire Aurora. Og i løpet av dagen så har vi blitt ganske godt kjent. Og hun har fortalt meg mange ganger i dag at hun har et større prosjekt med musikken enn bare musikken. Hun vil jo bruke musikken til at vi alle skal få det bedre. Og Mari, hvordan har du det akkurat nå?
Jeg føler veldig mye. Jeg føler så mye akkurat nå. Og det sprenger inni meg, egentlig. Så veldig magisk.
Nå skal vi straks til en låt som betyr mye for deg.
Ja, Infections of a Different Kind. Og når jeg hørte den første gang, så var det bare som et veldig stort speil for at jeg fikk lov til å slippe alt fri. Og at jeg kjente at, åja, det er bare jeg som kan slippe det fri, og jeg får lov.
Men du Silje, du er ikke helt fremmed for denne sangen der du heller?
Nei, det er ikke.
Fortell.
Ja, når du da kom ut med albumet ditt, hørte gjennom hele albumet, det ga meg så mye håp og så mye, ja, bare en motivasjon til å gå videre, at dette klarer jeg, og at jeg er nok uansett hva som skjer. Så det har jeg tatt med meg lenger ut i livet.
Takk. Dere er så snille. Dere er så gode. Jeg tror virkelig at det er så mye håp for oss mennesker, for å klare det vi vil, og for å gjøre ting som er mye, mye, mye større enn oss selv.
I'll also say it's not easy making outdoor concerts sound great. When you're in a room or a building, there's way less variables for controlling the audio. There's some natural reverb built in to buildings. It's typically indoors is just way more conducive to like a good listening experience, and it makes a sound engineer's job way easier. When you're performing outside, the sound waves are just going out into the vastness, and I mean here they're bouncing off of trees and stuff like that as well, but it still sounds really good for being outside and being an impromptu performance that she wasn't ready for. And unlike the performance we saw where she did Warrior in that small room, they had some time to rehearse there with that group, the trio that was set up to meet with her. They practiced a little bit before performing. Here, it seems like she's performing with the band she regularly performs with, because remember, when she got here, the audience was already there. So I'm guessing they didn't practice or rehearse or run through the songs at all. It seems like they just went straight into the set, and it still sounds great for like just a totally on the spot. You're performing in front of these people in the forest. They're outside. It's a spontaneous concert, and it still sounds great. So again, it just shows how good she is.
It's a feeling growing all the time, like a restless in the leaves coming down. The world is a hole, and we all seem to fall and down under. And the universe is growing tall.
It's crazy watching this, just the setting.
Unfolding our arms cannot do any harm. Violent contractions. And if there is a God, would we even know his name? And if there is a God, I think he would shake his head and turn away. the shape of a girl who walks this world. And I beg to be drained from the pain I have sold myself in, so I can stay okay and more than okay for a while.
Yeah, I just want to say really quick, this song already is resonating with me much more than the last one. I think it's just a personal preference, musical taste. So I hope no one gets offended by my comment of the last song being more poppy in its nature, genre-wise, and not landing with me quite as much. Like I said, I still enjoyed it. But this one is more singer-songwriter style. It's more intimate with the piano and the vocals. And this is really resonating with me a lot. So I'm really enjoying this one. It's interesting, the lyrics too.
Infections of a different kind. The world has been attacked by our pain. If I am the world, then why would I hurt all that is living? And if there is a God, would he then believe in all? No. If there is a God, I don't think he can hear all of us. And love belongs to us all. Be God in the shape of a girl who walks this world. And I beg to be drained from the pain I have sold myself in, so I can stay okay and more than okay for a while, just for a while.
This one sounds so good. Some ambient guitar in the background.
This is the breath. We are the
All right. I think this is a good place to stop this one. It's going on 30 minutes here. I have some reservations about the lyrics in that song, just my personal beliefs and my own worldview. But as far as the performance and sound of the song, that one really landed with me. It sounded really, really good. I'm learning that I really like either her stripped back performances where it's very simple instrumentation and just her vocals shining. But I also love like the one I've seen of her in the church where there's like an orchestra and all this stuff going on. She can be good in both ways. But yeah, I'm having this this is one of those ones where it's hard to put into words how it makes you feel, but I really enjoyed this last song. It's the summary of what I'm trying to say, but can't put into words for some reason. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. It means a lot to me. It would help out a lot. And we'll pick up where we left off in the next part. Link to the original video will be in the description. I'll tag Aurora's channels. Make sure you show the original artist, Aurora, some love by checking out the original video, liking it, watching it there in full, and supporting her and showing her some love on those channels. That would be a great help. I definitely don't want anyone to just check out my reactions and not check out the original content. So please do that. But hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. If you haven't done so yet, down in this corner, hover over that WR and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos or any of the following parts to this documentary reaction. But that's all. Go make the world a better place. You guys know the drill. Until the next one, keep pushing. Peace out.